Hello everyone, this is Holly and I'm here today to talk to you about the second part of our final project. So just to recap about the parenting community, they consist of mothers and fathers, but within my research of my personal project, I found that the majority of the people in this community are mothers. They can be young, older, new mothers, new fathers, or experienced parents. They range from full-time, part-time employees, students, stay-at-home parents, or any combination of those things. How does the parenting community use social media? They use a wide variety of social media platforms, but these are the four that I focused on with my parent-to-parent community, so those are the ones that I'm going to talk to you about. On Facebook, they share updates about their families, they share photos, they share exciting things like job promotions, vacations, they share news and posts from other pages, they talk about product recalls, personal experiences with products, companies, and they ask for advice. They ask for advice about good pediatricians in the area, or have you used this brand of diapers, have you tried cloth diapers, those sorts of things. So they share and talk about things that are important to them. On Twitter, they share photos and updates and things that are just going on in everyday life, but in a shorter version, the 140 characters or less, and they retweet from accounts that are relevant in their community. So they may retweet things from Babies R Us or Babbel.com, Parenting Magazine, those sorts of accounts. And blogging, they share personal experiences, photos, they engage with other bloggers, they ask them questions, they give responses when people comment. Some bloggers post about giveaways, deals that are going on, recipes, crafts, DIY ideas. On Pinterest, they're pinning birthday party ideas, clothes for themselves, their children, gift ideas, DIY craft ideas, and things that are part of their personal interest. Influencers in the community range from big companies like brands behind products they use like Love's, Johnson & Johnson, Aveeno, or magazines like Parent Magazine, websites, Babies R Us, Babbel.com, those sorts of bigger names in the parenting community. And then you have your everyday people. You have people who have lots of followers and people who may not have as many followers. But the big influencers are going to be those who do have a larger following. You have accounts that share deals and giveaway opportunities for you to win things, accounts where they're only sharing their personal experiences and the happenings of their everyday lives. So you have a wide variety of accounts that you can follow in the parenting community as far as just individual people go. What have I learned about this community? I have learned that they like a good deal on something. I posted a Facebook status about a Fisher Price coupons where you could get up to $90 worth of savings, and then in a blog post talked about the best way to use those coupons for your money, and that had a lot of great feedback, which I'll share with you later on. They also like to share their experiences. I had some success with asking things like, what's your favorite holiday memory? Or, what do you think about this topic? And people engaging with that. Images are received well. Whenever I would just post an image, I got, a good amount of likes or comments where the images really just spoke for themselves. And integrating Facebook, WordPress, and Facebook and Pinterest work well with this community, and I think it's because they're platforms that they're already using and already familiar with. They tweet about endless topics. You just need to know which hashtags to search in order to get access to your community. My goals for the campaign were to really just help the community get prepared for the winter holidays. So I wanted to share recipes, decorations, crafts, some DIY ideas, deals and savings to help with holiday spending, as well as share some of my personal experiences and photos and ask them to do the same. I think that the holidays are a very personal experience, so I wanted to keep that personal experience theme throughout my campaign. My strategy included exciting my community, informing them, and engaging with them. So my tactics to excite my community: I wanted to excite them by sharing DIY crafts to decorate for the holidays, as well as recipes. So here are some screenshots. This is a tweet. It says dreidel desserts that are super easy to make. Check them out here. Then I provided a bit.ly link and have hashtag Hanukkah. Below is a Facebook post about the same recipe, but I just made sure that I worded it differently, and I shared the same bit.ly link. Here I have a craft that I shared on Facebook, celebrating Hanukkah. Make this easy and affordable gift with your kids. And then I have a screenshot of my Pinterest board, Happy Hanukkah. Here's a screenshot of a blog post. I shared these 3 different ideas for people who are celebrating Hanukkah. So I had these menorah candle snacks that are string cheese and carrots. And then over here I have a dreidel banner, which I explained that the instructions called for felt, but you could use construction paper, and then have links, or a link, to the instructions for this craft. Down here below I have the Star of David, and this was a much simpler, or more simple craft, so I just explained how to make that here, and then I included pictures so that people reading it could have a visual for what they were expecting. So for Christmas, I have a screenshot of my Pinterest board here. I have a blog post about Elf on the Shelf, and I had about 5 different images of things that I found on Pinterest for different ways to set up your elf if you do participate in the Elf on the Shelf activity. And with each one, at the very bottom, I shared a link to my Elf on the Shelf Pinterest board. It ended up getting its own board because I found so many cool ideas for it. Here's the tweet. Click the link to see the hashtag DIY mistletoes hashtag ornaments you can make with your kids. Hashtag Christmas. And then I have the link. And the link goes to my Pinterest account for the parent-to-parent page. Down here, it's about the same. It has the same link, goes to the same page, but I just worded it differently. Here's a cute way to capture a memory of your little ones this Christmas. Click the link to our Pinterest account to find out how to make these adorable mistletoes ornaments. So there's another example of having the same information and just utilizing it differently. Here is a retweet from Babble Editors about some oatmeal cookie recipes, 25 different ways to make them. And then here's another retweet from Parents Magazine. It says, create DIY hashtag Christmas ornaments, cards, decorations, and gifts with these helpful step-by-step instructions. Here are 3 different screenshots about the same topic. Here's the Facebook screenshot here about having leftovers, and I made in my Thanksgiving Pinterest board I've pinned a bunch of different recipes on how to use your leftover Thanksgiving food, whether it's turkey, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce. So the Facebook status says, if your fridge looks anything like mine, you still have Thanksgiving leftovers in there. Here's a recipe for turkey chowder. It even calls for the leftover mashed potatoes. You can find the recipe here. If that doesn't interest your taste buds, visit our Pinterest board, Giving Thanks, for more leftover recipes. And then with the same link, I tweeted a different recipe about turkey mac and cheese casserole, turkey con queso bake, And then I also made a blog post about Thanksgiving leftovers with even with some more different recipes. So all three platforms are talking about the same topic, and all three link to the Giving Thanks board on Pinterest, but all three feature different recipes. And then these two screenshots are Facebook status updates where I shared statuses from Parents Magazine. This one is about creating your own DIY gift wrap, and it has calls it family fun and gives you instructions on how to do it and to involve your kids. And then this one is about making eating fun. It has 40 festive breakfast ideas. So I think it's really great to take the extra time to make breakfast fun. I think it makes kids more excited and more interested in eating their breakfast, and just makes for a fun experience for them. So the last tactic was inform my community. So I wanted to inform them about coupons, deals, and sales. So over here, as you can see, I have a Facebook screenshot of Fisher-Price having a one-day only 50% off certain toys. So I shared that deal. Target had a buy one, get one offer on some different items, and each item was a different percentage. So I shared that information. And then down here, I shared that Walmart, even after Cyber Monday was over, they still were having cyber deals throughout the week, and that all orders $35 or more were eligible for free shipping. And then I shared their link for that information down below. This tweet right here is about the same one that we had on Facebook, and since it was there were more details to it, like only certain items were a certain percent off, and it was online only, and there were restrictions, I have to check out more details on our Facebook page. So I have that link there to our Facebook account.